Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a New Year's message for the sign of Libra for 2021. Happy New Year's, guys. I hope it's been great so far. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Thank you for returning if you're a subscriber. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and if you're new, please feel free, if this resonates, hit subscribe, join that journey with me, and let me encounter your energy more often. Guys, if this resonates for you, take what's for you, disregard the rest. It may not resonate for you. And if it doesn't, check out your sun, your moon, your rising, depending on what you're doing. And if you're cross watching for someone else, hey, check that out too. You never know where the message may be. But these messages are timeless. So even though it's New Year's messages, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be viewed right now. It may not resonate right now. You could, catch this next year for 2022. Like, oh yeah, that made sense in retrospect. So I'm going to take a moment to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Gabriel. I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible to deliver messages that are only for the highest good of those of us watching, and as well to give the most far-reaching of messages, though. So they want me to show you the bottom, is what I heard first. And we're going to get one more message, please, for Libra. Thank you. All right, Libra, let's see what you got. So the one first that was the bottom, I want to read it to you. It has a cherub here, and it says, hope floats, right? Absolutely, hope floats. Hope is one of those things that keep us elevated and elated, I guess, that keep us above water when maybe everything else around us may seem hopeless or down or dry, let's say, or dark. Hope is what keeps us going, right? Hope that things are going to get better. So if anything triggers you from this, use that empowered vulnerability. What was it? How did it trigger you? How did it make you feel? What did it make you think? And how can you use this information going forward day to day to create a more positive world to live in for yourself? So we have, dearest you, let us ask you, are you looking for happiness outside of your everyday moment-to-moment experience, thinking you will find happiness out there someday? So many go chasing a magic it. Happiness out there. Okay, so my gosh, so many go chasing a magic it out there, but it never could be found. So we want to share a secret that shouldn't be a secret. You are pure joy. What you are made of is pure joy, and every time you wake up and even when you sleep, you have joy waiting to be expressed inside you. Joy and happiness and fulfillment come from doing joy, being joy, knowing it, and cultivating it, and lighting it in your heart so you can share it. You must know this is so. When the time comes, you will be fully free and joyful being, and actions will turn you into a beacon of starlight. Look within and be joyful, for tears and loss, and they mean you have lived, really lived. Jump into it all and love every minute. We all love you like crazy over here. Loving every minute of our being, and yes, even when we have tears of loss, knowing there can still be joy from that. There are so many reasons to love. And what I'm hearing as well is there's so many reasons to put yourself out there. The more you do joy, the more you cultivate joy, the more you become a beacon of starlight. I'm thinking of the movie Starlight as well. I think it's Starlight. Stardust. So with Claire Danes, and it has Robert De Niro in it, and she's a star. Some of you, if Stardust really touched you, think about that, because you are a beacon of starlight. She shines when she's happy, when she's fulfilled, when she's well taken care of. She shines just like you and I, right? When we are feeling good about ourselves, when we have our needs met, when we're feeling confident, we shine. And we shine in a way that some people may see jealousy. They may think, oh, they're cocky. No, but you shine in a way that it doesn't matter what their judgments are either, right? So the other one that we have here has a butterfly on it, and you are magic. It is time to transform, right? Transform our old ways of thinking as well. There is balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You cannot have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is surrender and non-resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. No one now is one of those times when you must trust the river of life. Go with the flow. And in no time you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. That's funny, both of these have hopes. So, go with the flow, and no time you'll reach what you have your heart set on and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work those manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust these currents, for we're right there with you with our little umbrella sticks in our drinks, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. Hope and joy. And I feel like when we find joy in our life, it brings a little bit of hope that things will get better, right? So cultivate the things that bring you joy. You know, if you can do things to make someone's life around you a little bit more joyful or better, do it. Spread the love around. But know that you are made of starlight. You have light within you, and that light is meant to shine, my friends. So if there's a practice that you do that dims it, now would be the time to cut that out, I think Spirit's saying. But know that both of these had hope, right? Both of these had hope. To go with the flow, right? Don't resist. And when I say, like, don't resist, before I read these cards, I'll read them, but before I say don't resist, if it feels right to you to go with the flow, don't resist just because it's changed. If it feels not good with you because it's not the flow you'd like to be in, then get out of that flow, okay? So we have the Five of Voices here, and I see an olive branch. This is about change. There is two people, one still the same person here though, but then we have four people doing yoga and meditating, one off to the side with their eyes kind of open maybe, or just different. But this is maybe during meditation time, this is where you can really find peace. Maybe this is also connecting to like-minded individuals that can help you release some baggage or release the stuff that's trapping you and that's trapping darkness around you, so that we can start experiencing joy and peace in our worlds. You have the Knight of Inspiration and the Knight of Materials, the Ace of Inspiration, which funny enough, and I shuffled these very good, the Knight of Inspiration, the Knight of Materials, and the Ace of Inspiration all came up in the, last Pisces video. So there is a really big change, or an olive branch. For some of you may have a Pisces in your world, but there is a change here, an opportunity for peace, an opportunity for joy, an opportunity for joy. That's what this is, this Knight of Pentacles. That's for going towards the fireworks, dancing in the cosmic energies. And I feel like this is also saying root it in. Go with the flow. Means that you have to be present in your world, because you have to know what that flow is. And you have to make those actions and movements. We have the Ace of Inspiration as well, because there is something new happening. There's something new. Heard something about floating your boat, right? There's something new water to float your boat in, new ideas to take form. But this is definitely coming down through the ethers into your third eye and asking you to challenge yourself to transform, I feel like. You have the Seven of Emotions as well, and if you look at this card, there's lots of fish in the sea, and it's about making your choices. That if we have to leave one situation, knowing that what is right for us will come. That whole idea, there's lots of fish in the sea. Well, yes, there are, but not all those fish are meant for you, right? And sometimes finding that one fish in the sea is very difficult. For some of you, I heard plenty of fish. So for some of you, there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's an app for that too. But that may be where this Ace of Inspiration is, and you have the Knight of Voices. So this Knight of Voices is air. You have air, material, so air, earth, and fire. And the only emotions here is what we choose. And I think this is important because you want to be picky and choosy. You want to add somebody or something to your world that adds to your joy, not that takes it away, but also not that is the sole creator of joy. We need to harness this in us so that we feel like we're part of an equal relationship. There's something I'm being guided to on the first postcard we read, and it says, jump into it all and love every minute. So this also could be jumping into this fishbowl, on this world of experiences, changing the way that we may have thought about things in the past, changing the way that we may have even viewed joy and the priority that we put on it, and realize, you know what, this is a big major thing in my world, because if I don't experience joy, I'm not really living my life. So finding ways that we can create joy, taking new ideas that give us passion as well. There's a lot of sacral here with this yellowy orange too, I feel like, and the fire, but this is tempting to someone, okay? This is also going with the flow though. And it holds on to as well, not holding on such crazy attachments to the 3D reality. There's definite movement happening with 3 Knights. The only one that's not here is the Cups, right? The heart. Because we're still choosing that. We're still not sure maybe if we want to go into a relationship. Maybe some of this is not really sure on what choices you're making in your world, if they're really right for you, what would fulfill you. And I say try it out. Jump into the world head on and test it out. There's no harm in trying something and realizing that you don't like it. You can move on, do something else. Unless you've spent a lot of time in school doing it, and then that may just be really a pain, but it doesn't mean that you can't find ways to use the skills you may have learned and, switch course. Thank you. Okay, so you have Temperance in the reverse that's come out here, because I feel like you're in a period of transition. They wanted me to show you this too, the 5 of materials on the bottom. And to me, this speaks of rest, like this. But I feel like you got the 5, if our mental space and our mind space are changing, right? The physical and the mental. I think when you make peace with your mind, you're going to find that you're not going to resist the changes that are happening so much to you. This Temperance in the reverse, though, you could have a Sagittarius in your world. Through being 3 Knights, honestly, guys, you could have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Sagittarius. I'm going to pull this and find out what's still out of balance. Okay, so this is the Sacred Rebels Oracle. Thank you. So 2 cards fell. One that fell so I could see it first was receiving. And this may be important because Temperance is not here, right? It's in the reverse. There's something out of balance. And it may be that we're not necessarily going with that ebb and flow, right? So we're blocking what's happening. That would make sense here. With you see, she's got these, they look like lily pad flowers, but it could be lotus too. There's wings and there's stages of the moon here. And when we fight against the transformation, when we fight against allowing ourselves to bloom, we're not in universal harmony because we're stopping the flow of, first off, our abundance, and we're stopping the flow of energy that's coming to us and choosing to stay stagnant. This is, I feel like, as well, asking you to really enjoy your splendor. Enjoy who you are. Enjoy the small things in life, the smell of these things, even. She has the sun above her head as well, connected into like the soul chakra. I feel like this is making sure you're connecting to spirit. Because if you're not connecting to spirit, you're going to be blocked off. And we have number 27, which is receiving. This could be saying many things. You could be maybe not receiving messages properly that are coming to you. You may think that you're making things up. This could also be, if it's not spirit speaking to you, this could be you having like a blockage to receiving feelings of love. So it may be hard to find partners or make choices, because if we have trouble seeing joy in our worlds or experiencing joy, or if we have had partners for the most of our worlds that don't make things very joyful or aren't very giving, it may make things for us hard. Same with if like we have some inner child work that needs to be done. So it's important for you to remember the importance of being able to receive with gratitude just as much as it is to give, and to trust yourself. So if you are receiving information, downloads, if you're getting psychic information, write it out. Just then it's written down somewhere, and if you keep getting that kind of stuff, you can kind of cross-reference it. But this is also about trusting your intuition, trusting in your progress, not trusting in your progress and your ability to move forward, and to know that you've got 3 knights here. Unless you have 3 different people wanting your butt, because you got the 7 of emotions here. You could have 3 different people kind of wanting either to work with you. You could have 3 different people wanting to date you. You could have kind of conflicting thoughts about this, because how is it going to look in your reality, right? If you have 3 different job offers, and it's going to be really difficult, this would create a system unbalance, because we're trying to juggle. We may really want all 3 things, but what do we want more? Well, trust yourself and trust in your heart, and listen to what it has to say. Listen to those gut feelings. So I'm going to end this out today with a messages from Healing with the Angels Oracle. And you have, first off, enchantment. That I think this has to go with 2 things. The joy that we need to create and cultivate in our worlds. And it also has to do with you being a beacon of starlight. To realize that the more that we go with the flow and we tune ourselves in with the universe, and we truly listen to what it has to say, and we receive the energy gracefully, the more things that we see around us that just blow our mind and make us full of awe and the enchantment in this world. This can be holding someone's hand. This is a lover, right? A stroke of a hair. This is things like watching your kids laugh and play and run. This is little things in this world that are so wonderful. They're out of this world. Bask in those. Joy is sacral chakra, right? So is pleasure. So is sex. You have magic there. And I think it's important for you to see your magic. And it's time for a brand new beginning. And it definitely is a new beginning. I love that there's a new beginning here. You need to trust yourself. And there's one more intention. So maybe going forward for this year, one intention we could put forward is, Spirit, going forward, I'm setting my intentions to receive more graciously, to receive with an open heart, and I'm setting my intentions to see more enchantment in my world. I'm setting my intentions to create joy. I'm setting my intentions to find my joy. I'm setting my intentions to harness, foster, and be joy. And I'm going to work my magic. If you do that, you're going to see positive changes. And I definitely think Spirit's right on this. New beginnings. So they want me to show you the bottom of the deck here is children. For some of you, this definitely could have to do with your children. Some of you could be having children. Some of you, maybe your partner has children. This also is with this enchantment. See with the eyes of a child. Allow yourself to be open to wonder and question the world around you, because they live in a pretty magical world. So this one, support. Lean on your support network. Know that you're supported by your team of angels, by your team of light, but also know that whatever is going on here, support yourself, trust yourself, because new beginnings are happening. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful next couple of days or whenever you read this, watch this reading. I hope that you have a great month, a great year. I hope you hit subscribe if you hadn't already, and I love you guys. Bye now.